My dad called it a small gathering when I wasn't asked to join my brother's grand engagement celebration. So, I shared a ski trip photo online. Hours later, my phone was flooded with calls and texts from my entire family. "Hey, Reddit!" My dad claimed it was just a minor get-together when I learned I wasn't included in my brother's engagement party. Initially, I bought his story, thinking it was a simple, low-key event that didn't require my presence. But then I saw the photos flooding social media, my brother grinning beside his fiancée, a lavish venue adorned with extravagant decor, and a crowd of relatives and friends. It was clear this was no small affair. It was a full-on engagement bash, and I was the only one left out. Staring at my phone, I felt a mix of pain, frustration, and bewilderment. My brother and I weren't the closest, but we weren't at odds either. No arguments, no rifts, nothing to explain why I'd be excluded from such a milestone in his life. The more I dwelled on it, the more my stomach twisted. I wanted to confront my dad, but I knew he'd dismiss it, offer some flimsy excuse, or tell me I was overreacting. Instead of sitting in silence, I chose to respond in my own way. I booked a spontaneous trip to a ski resort, desperate to be anywhere but home, wallowing in self-pity while my family celebrated without me. On the slopes, the crisp air stung my face, and for the first time in days, I felt a flicker of calm. Before returning to my lodge, I took a quick selfie against the stunning snowy backdrop, just me and my ski gear. I posted it with a brief caption, "Wishing everyone's having as great a time as I am." I didn't expect much, just a few likes or comments. But within hours, my phone was buzzing non-stop. My dad called first, then my mom, then my brother, followed by a barrage of texts from aunts, uncles, and cousins. I ignored the calls at first, too overwhelmed to process it all. But when my mom texted, "We need to talk now," I knew something was brewing. Hesitant, my heart racing, I called her back. She picked up instantly, her voice panicked. "What are you doing? Why'd you post that?" Confused, I replied, "I went skiing." "What's the problem?" She let out a heavy sigh. "You're making it seem like you were left out. Now people are asking why you weren't at the party." I gave a sharp laugh. "Maybe because I was left out?" Silence followed. I could hear her breathing, struggling to find words. Finally, she mumbled, "It wasn't like that. We just thought you wouldn't want to come." My stomach sank. "Why would you assume that?" Another pause. "Your brother thought it was for the best," she said. "He didn't want any issues." My fists tightened. "Issues? What issues? I didn't even know there was a problem." She sighed again. "Look, we'll talk later, but can you take the post down? People are starting to gossip." That's when it clicked. They didn't care about my hurt or why I was excluded. They were only concerned about how it looked to others. My blood boiled. "No, Mom, I'm not deleting it." I hung up before she could reply. Minutes later, my brother called. I almost ignored it, but needed answers. "Why wasn't I invited?" I demanded, my tone sharp. He sighed. "It's complicated." "Make it simple," I shot back. After a long pause, he said, "Claire didn't want you there." It felt like a punch to the chest. "Your fiancé? Why? What did I do?" Another pause. "She thinks you're too outspoken. She didn't want any tension at the event." I was floored. "So, because I'm myself, I'm cut out of my brother's engagement, that's it?" "It's not like that," he said. "We just wanted everything to go smoothly." I laughed bitterly. "Well, you got your perfect party. Hope it was worth it." I hung up before he could respond. For a long time, I sat staring at my phone, reading the texts from my family, urging me to fix the situation, to make their mistake disappear. But there was no mistake. They'd made a deliberate choice, and now they faced the consequences. I wasn't sure what to do next, but I knew I wouldn't let them bury this. As I began typing a new post to reveal exactly how they'd treated me, I realized this was far from resolved. I lingered on my phone after ending the call with my brother, my fingers poised over the screen. All my life, I'd been the odd one out in the family. Not defiant or cruel, just different. I spoke up when others stayed quiet, refused to fake smiles or let people steamroll me. And now, that difference had cost me a place at my brother's major life event. What hurt most wasn't just being left out. It was that no one in my family had defended me. Not my parents, not my relatives, not even the friends in our family group chat. They'd all gone along with it, silent as it happened. And now, because I dared to post one innocent photo, they were in a frenzy. Taking a deep breath, I started typing. Since everyone suddenly noticed I exist, let's set things straight. I wasn't busy or out of town. I wasn't too independent to care about my brother's engagement. I was never invited. And now, instead of saying sorry, my family wants me to stay quiet so no one finds out. I hit post. The response was instant. My inbox overflowed with messages, some from distant relatives outraged on my behalf, unaware I'd been excluded, others from old friends offering support. But then came the angry ones, texts from my parents, brother, and cousins calling me petty, dramatic, and accusing me of spoiling a joyful moment. My dad's message hit hardest. "You're making a mistake. Delete that post. We can handle this privately." I laughed bitterly. Privately. Their favorite way to control the narrative, to convince me I was overreacting, to sweep it under the rug. I was done with that game. Ignoring them, I left my phone on the nightstand and took a long walk in the snow, my thoughts as turbulent as the wind. When I returned, my post had gone viral within our circle. Some cousins commented, shocked I wasn't invited, saying they'd assumed I just couldn't make it. One even called out my parents. Why wasn't she invited? This doesn't add up. Then my mom called again. I answered, hearing her shaky, tearful voice. "Why are you doing this?" "We're family." I kept my tone steady. "Funny, I didn't feel like family when you all excluded me." "It wasn't our call," she pleaded. Claire's not family yet," I cut in. "You are, and you chose her over me." Silence. "You're only upset because people know now. If I hadn't posted, would you have even reached out? Would you have cared?" She didn't answer. After a moment, she sighed. "What do you want us to do?" I wanted an apology, an admission they'd hurt me, for my brother to regret leaving me out. Most of all, I wanted them to see this wasn't just about one event. It was years of being treated like an afterthought. "I don't want anything," I said finally. "I just wanted the truth out there." I hung up. That was the last I spoke to my family for a long while. My brother tried reaching out a few times, but I didn't respond. Mutual friends told me the engagement party drama had sparked heated debates in the family, with people questioning why I'd been left out. Claire, apparently, was livid that my post had caused such a stir. But I didn't care. For the first time, I'd stood up for myself, not just in a private spat, but in a way that forced them to confront their actions. It hurt to see my family's true priorities, but it also liberated me. I poured my energy into my own life, traveling more, making new friends, building bonds with people who genuinely valued me. As for my family, they had to live with the consequences of their choices. A year later, my brother got married. I wasn't invited. This time, I didn't care.